Hi, teacher. How
Hello,
are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How about you?
Very well.
Is it
Fine.
cold there today?
Thanks. Very cold.
Oh
Very
my,
cold.
yes, here's extremely cold. I got up this morning, it was 4 degrees. Okay, so it's very cold.
Here on where you live?
Yes, yes. So it was really cold. Let's see how cold it is in other places. Hello, Oscar. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine, Roberto. And you? How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking, Oscar.
The temperature is so low in here in there.
Yes, it came down a lot.
Wow.
I read that there is a front cold
Yeah.
over Minas, and this morning was like 4 degrees here, and in another city about 50K from here was
Yeah.
minus was negative.
Wow.
Understand?
Here in Barrie today, we have 32.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a spring now.
Yes, but wait until summer if you're going to be there for the summer.
Yes.
I remember being in Toronto in the summer and the temperature was over 45 degrees.
Wow.
With like almost 90% humidity. Understand?
Yeah.
So it was very hot and humid.
Yes.
Okay. So I remember sweating like a pig. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, terrible.
Yeah. Terrible.
Okay. Carolina. Is this
Hi,
your first?
teacher. It's
How are you?
I changed the computer. I'm fine, and you?
Ah, so you are our old Carol.
Exactly. Yes.
I was going to say, welcome to your first class. So it's not your first class.
No.
How are you, Carol? Fine?
I'm fine, and you, teacher?
Good, good.
Okay.
Is it cold there?
It's super cold. Super
Really?
cold. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Here's
But
the
I
fan.
love it. I love it.
Yes?
Yes.
I like it better, but the problem is taking a shower because
Yeah.
we don't have central air conditioner here. So the bathroom is really cold. Understand?
Yes, it's true. It's a problem. Yeah.
So I have to open the shower and wait like 10, 15 minutes until everything gets foggy. So I get the courage to take off my clothes and start the shower.
Okay.
Regina, how are you, Regina? Dirce, are you okay,
Oi,
Dirce?
hi. Yes, I am, and you?
Hi.
Hello, Regina. I am very well, Dirce. How are you, Regina?
I'm fine, and you, teacher?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. Is it also cold there, Regina, or is not cold?
So.
So I think it's only here.
A great day.
Yes?
Normal, yes.
Good for you then, because here in São Paulo and Minas, it's really cold. Okay.
Oh,
Fernando, how are you today? Raquel, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Good to see you here again.
Hi, teacher. I'm fine too.
That's good to know, Raquel. All right, let's finish yesterday's class so we can start today's class if we have time. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and share the screen because today we are going to talk about a different topic. Do you remember where we stopped? Was it number 5 or have we already seen number 6?
Number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5. Okay, so let's see number 6 today. Gloria, you are the first one here. Would you mind reading this introduction for us, the president?
The president would appreciate getting some information about the investigations conducted by the federal police. Conducted by the federal police.
Okay.
The problem here is also very common since some of the uncountable noun in English are countable in other languages. We often make this mistake. Observe the information in not countable in English. So it is not possible to use it in the plural. So the correct would be the president would appreciate getting some information about the investigations conducted by the federal police.
Okay, Gloria, thank you for reading. There is only one thing here that I needed to reinforce the pronunciation with you. We say uncountable, uncountable, okay? Not uncountable. The stress is uncountable, countable, or countable or uncountable, okay? This is a problem that I have seen most Brazilians commit. There are several words in English. I have prepared a list of the most common mistakes for you. In Portuguese, we can use these words, some of them maybe, in the plural, but not in English. And it's, for instance, I have heard many, but many Brazilians using, oh, can you give me some informations? Information is not countable. So if it's not countable, you can't say informations. I understand that in Portuguese it's countable, but not in English, all right? So in English, could you please give me some information about the next available trains? Okay? Never say informations. Never say, she gave me some good advices. No. You can even say, she gave me some good advice. Even if it was 2, 3, or 4, but you don't change the word advice to the plural. It's the same with homework. Do your homework. Even if you have homework from history, geography, chemistry, mathematics, altogether is always homework. The same goes for housework. Oh, I have a lot of houseworks to do. I have to wash the clothes, I have to clean the kitchen, I have to cook. No, no, no. Housework is not countable. And this one here is probably the biggest mistake too. Equipment. I have done a lot of translation job, especially for many professors that were going to participate in an international congress. And it's interesting because the conclusion of their work was always using many different equipments. We never say equipments. We only use in the singular, okay? Like several equipment were used in the research, but not equipments, all right? Another word is slang. Can you understand the word slang?
Yes.
No.
No, teacher.
Yes.
No.
Yes, yes, no, no, no.
No, no, no.
Is there anyone that said yes with a lot of confidence there? Dirce?
Yes, I think
Yes.
it's something like,
Don't translate.
yeah, I try. I try.
Yes, I know
I
you
try
are.
explain. I try explain.
Yes, beautiful. Be my assistant, please. I'm tired, okay? You can help me.
But I don't, maybe I don't have some,
I am sure you have enough vocabulary to explain it. I'm
No.
sure. I'm confident. How can you explain? It can
something
be a word
like,
or an expression.
expression.
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes expression.
Yes.
I don't have English words enough, teacher.
Dear, see, you're disappointing me. I'm going to explain, okay? But pay attention because I'm sure you will understand every single word I use to explain this slang, okay? For instance, uh, Brazil is a very large country, very large.
Yeah.
And when we travel to other places inside of Brazil, sometimes it is kind of difficult for us to understand some of the regional words or expression used by people, especially from the northeastern states, sometimes from the south of Brazil. And I remember that every time I go to Rio de Janeiro,
Yeah.
I do have a lot of difficulty to understand some of the local slang words that are used in Rio. I feel like, oh my gosh, what are they talking about? So slang words, okay, the only way to use it in the plural is saying slang words vary from area to area and are usually understood by local residents, not outsiders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Understand? So,
Yes.
for instance, I don't know if I have ever told you, but New York City, the Americans call it a melting pot. Like New York is a melting pot. Have you ever heard of this expression or no?
No.
No.
I know.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Oscar, have you
no,
read this?
no.
No? Imagine a pot where you put a lot of different metals and you
Okay.
heat up the pot until the metal becomes liquid. Understand? And then
Okay.
you can use this gold or silver in order to make some jewels. So they call New York a melting pot because it's very interesting. Americans in New York City are minority. The majority are immigrants. You have a lot of Brazilians, you have a lot of Puerto Ricans, you have a lot of Russians, you have a lot of Indians, you have a lot of Chinese, Italians, Polish, understand? So altogether, they have developed so many expressions that are very common and very, let's say, daily used in New York. So if you learn English in New York City and then you go to California or you go to the interior of the United States, I'm sure that people are not going to understand many words that you use because those are slang words typically used in New York City. Okay? For instance, the Jewish people, understand Jewish?
Yes.
Yeah.
People from Israel.
Mm.
They use all the time a word that I am sure it is not English. It is, I think they call it Yiddish. Yiddish, something like this. That is the language that they speak. The word has a very strange spelling. The word is, let me see. I have to look up because the spelling is very difficult. Every time I know how to pronounce, I know how to use, I know what it means, but I don't know how to spell it. Every time I need to write it down, I always ask my friend Google. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. You will see when I write it. Schmuck. Schmuck. Okay. No. Not like this. Okay. I wish I have a student in the other advanced class that is very fast at finding words. It's faster than me. Ah, okay, I found it here. Okay. Oh, pay attention to the spelling. S-C-H-M-U-C-K. Schmuck. Schmuck. Have you ever heard this word in your life?
No.
No.
Okay. If you're ever in New York,
I listen in movie, teacher.
I'm sure you have, especially if the movie takes place in New York City. Understand? Yes, but that's what I'm telling you. This in New York is very common. Like, he is such a schmuck. But this is not English. It's Hebrew or Yiddish, okay? You know what this means?
No.
No.
Ah, don't get offended, all right? I'm going to write here.
Mm.
Ah,
All right?
wow.
Yes, but it's funny because they don't use the word asshole. Like, you're such an asshole in New York.
It's a big word.
Yes, they use schmuck, understand?
Schmuck.
Which is the same. It means a babaca, understand? But in New York, it's common. That's what I'm saying. Maybe if you go to, I don't know, Los Angeles, or if you go to Texas, if you go to Montana, people might say, beg your pardon? What? What are you trying to say? Because it's a slang word from New York City, understand? Okay?
Teacher, este pick-up-part, como se... how write this pick-up-part? Like,
how to write what?
This what you say, pick-up-part. I listen very much this, but I don't write this. I don't know write this pick-up-part.
Pick-up-part?
How spell pick apart?
How spell?
Yeah.
How write?
But,
How you write this?
I don't know what it means that.
No, I'm sorry. I haven't been able to understand what you're trying to say.
You say now, pick apart, like saying this. I want to know how to write this. That expression.
I have just mentioned the expression. Yes?
Yes.
Is the expression pick a pardon?
Ah!
Beg your pardon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
That is so dramatic.
I beg your pardon. Yeah. I beg. I beg means I implore. I beg your pardon.
Please.
Yes. I don't understand. Can you say that again? Okay.
Listen this a lot, but I don't know how
to
write this. Raw means this. Now I know. Thank you, teacher.
The idea is I am sorry, but I don't understand. I beg your pardon, beg your pardon. There is a very funny thing about this expression, okay? I always have a lot of funny stories because I think I have lived a lot, okay? So I have a lot of stories. The first time in my life, I went skiing, okay, in the mountains in the state of Washington, not far from Seattle. I really wanted to take a picture to send to my mother, to my father, to my brothers, okay, in the skis. So I remember that I was looking for somebody to ask them to take a picture for me. And then it was very funny. A guy was coming by and I said, "Excuse me, sir, can you take my picture?" And the guy said, "Beg your pardon?" I only understood pardon. And I thought, oh my gosh, with so many people here, I asked it in French. And I was, that's okay. And I walked away and the guy stood there like, what? Because pardon is French. I only understood pardon. And I thought, it's not possible. I had to choose just a French guy Understand? And he wasn't French. He was an American guy. Understand?
But teacher, why do we use pardon? Like, why don't you say, I beg you excuses or I beg your help? I beg you
No,
something.
because
Why
the
pardon?
expression, yeah, the expression is beg your pardon. It's an expression. Understand?
But
English.
this expression is from England or is from French people or
No, only the word pardon is borrowed from French. Understand? But it's used in English a lot. All right.
yes. We have in Brazil the culture of saying pardon to everything.
Yes.
So it's kind of strange to see use in other sentence.
No, it is not. Okay. Like if you are ever in France and somebody talks to you, you don't understand. You can just say pardon, pardon. Okay. But
In the
in
same way
English,
you use here?
yes, in the same way we use here. But in English, you say beg your pardon, but it's always very fast. Okay. I beg your pardon. All right.
All right.
Thank you,
Teacher.
teacher.
Yes, yes, girls. What's the problem?
Let me ask you something. These words, the situation of these words, these uncountable words, is the same, the different. For example, the word different.
Yes,
Is the same
but
case?
yes, yes. You don't say difference, okay? Okay. But
Okay.
different is an adjective, so adjectives are not
Yes,
plural,
yes.
okay?
Okay.
But these are not adjectives; these are uncountable nouns.
Nouns, only nouns.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
The rule is only nouns. Okay.
Yes, it's just like, for example, vocabulary. You don't say I need to learn new vocabularies. No, new vocabulary. Okay.
Okay.
And money is also uncountable. Okay, you can count, for example, dollars, you can count euros, you can count pounds, you can count reais, but you cannot count the word money. Understand? Money is always money. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to number 7. Oscar, can you read that for us, please?
Okay. I'm really looking forward to meet you after the quarantine.
Quarantine.
Here you can find another typical mistake, especially when writing or even talking to a person. The expression to look forward to is only followed by the gerund, never the subjunctive.
Okay.
So the correct would be, I'm really looking forward to meeting you after quarantine.
Okay, thank you, Oscar. This is a classical mistake. Many people think, I'm really looking forward to. Oh, after to, I only use a verb in infinitive. But to in this case is a preposition. And after all prepositions without exceptions, as I have already told you, if you want to use another verb, this verb has to be in the gerund or the ing. Understand? So I can also say, for example, I object to going there. You see, it's the same case. To here is a preposition. So I have to use the ing. I object to going there. That means I don't want to go there. I have some issues with that. Okay? So this expression is even more important than I object to, because we use it a lot when we are writing emails, when we are writing letters, when we are meeting somebody. Okay, so I'm looking forward to seeing you again. He's looking forward to getting his new car. So always after this expression, you can only use the gerund. Is there any question about this?
No.
Teacher, that's gonna be a silly question, but what is gerund? I don't know it in
ing.
Portuguese.
ing.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
All right.
It's the same
Subjunctive.
in Portuguese.
Yes. Yeah, but he said that he doesn't know even in Portuguese. So his question makes sense, all right? Now, number 8 probably is the most important because I heard a lot of different answers and I felt that you guys were confused. So, Dirce, can you read this for us, please?
In my country, we are used to eat rice and beans for lunch.
Okay.
Another classical mistake. There are two expressions in English that have a different meaning.
All right, please, I'd like everyone to pay attention to me and pay attention to the next part, please. Oh, we have one expression that is used to, okay? Used to plus a verb in infinitive. I used to live, I used to work, I used to go out, I used to eat. I can use this expression always with the past meaning. It is not used in the present. Okay, for example, I used to walk 5 kilometers per day. And now, teacher, now I don't walk. Okay, so every time I say I used to plus a verb in infinitive, it means an old habit, something that you don't do it anymore, but you did for some period of time in the past. All right? Try to remember what I'm going to tell you now. It's a lot more common to say, I used to live in the USA than I lived in the USA for a long time. Okay? This expression here is more commonly used. I used to live in USA. You can stop there. The other person immediately gets the idea, understands exactly what you're trying to say, that for a long time in the past, that was a habit for you, but it's not anymore. You don't even need to continue. Okay? Understand this?
Yes.
For example, I used to smoke a lot. Do I smoke nowadays?
No.
No.
Exactly. You don't even have to ask me, and now, do you smoke? Of course not. I told you I used to smoke. That means I don't anymore. Okay? Now, if I say I used to go out with that girl, do I go out with her at the moment?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, please say this to my wife, all right?
Be quiet.
Sometimes she doesn't believe me, but it's true. I don't go out with that girl anymore. I used to go, okay? About 150 years ago, I used to go out with that girl. All right? Understand? So every time I say I used to, and believe me, Oscar, haven't you heard this many times? Oh, I used to live in that house, or I used to work for that company. I used to study at that school. Haven't you heard this expression or no?
No.
It is very common in the USA, very common. Understand? I remember that probably this was the first expression I learned in English, because every time I went out with my new friends in the United States, they would always say, oh, I used to live in that house. I used to work at that factory, or I used to work at that restaurant, or I used to study at that school. And I could never understand because my mind would always translate literally. Always. I used to. Eu usava morar. And I couldn't understand what they were trying to say. It took me some time to realize that I used to was used to talk about a past habit. Understand?
There is a really good song with that sentence. I was getting used to being someone you love.
Okay, but it's another, that's the next sentence.
Used to.
I used to. I only know one, but it's so old that I'm not even going to sing because everyone is going to say, teacher, you're so Jurassic. Okay? So I will avoid singing it at this time, okay? But the name of the song used to be My Town. James Taylor, okay?
That's a good song, teacher.
Yes, yes. But I will not sing it, okay? Because it's really old. It will show you how old I am. So anyway, that is probably the reason for the confusion. And that's why so many people were saying, no, teacher, here's we use to, or no, there is no R. It's there is no to. Remember how many different opinions we had about this sentence yesterday? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
It was
pay
a mess.
attention. Yes, it was. This was probably the one that created more confusion. Now, all the examples above, I used to live in the USA. I used to smoke a lot. He used to go out with that girl. They talk about things that do not happen in the present anymore. They are all past habits. But what if you want to talk about something that you are used to in the moment, something that you are accustomed to in the present, something that you have like a present habit, not a past habit, a present habit. Okay? Understand? Totally different, totally different. So what do we need to do? In this case, I have to use the verb to be, I am. We use used to, and then we have to use another verb in the ing, not the subjunctive, not in the base form. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
And so the correct sentence here, that was the problem. In my country, we are used to
Used
eat.
to eat.
Eating.
Here's eating.
Eating.
Understand? And
Eating.
that's nobody was able to tell me the right answer. But I am talking, of course, everybody changed in my sentence. Like in Brazil, we eat rice and beans. Of course, it's possible. All right? But the idea is, if you want to talk about a present habit, you simply say, I am used to plus a verb in the ing, and then you express the perfect idea. Understand? Okay?
Okay.
Like after 2 months at home, are you used to staying home? Dirce, Oscar, everyone here, are you used to staying home or not yet?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yes.
Yet.
Staying.
I
Staying.
heard staying.
Not
Yes,
stay.
that's what I said. Are
Staying.
you used
Wrong.
to staying home? That's what I
Staying
said.
home.
I'm
Stay.
used to stay.
You're used?
I'm used staying.
No, I'm
Used
Used to staying home.
no,
I'm
I'm used
used
to
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 staying.
staying.
to staying. Okay.
Eita.
Oh, come on.
Oh, sorry, didn't saw that it was on.
Yeah, it was. I'm used to staying home.
Yes.
Understand?
Yeah.
Oh. Now, in everyday conversation, sometimes we can stop right here. Okay? Imagine, for example, that you're having a friendly conversation and somebody tells you, my goodness, I can't stay home anymore. Looking at the walls all day long. Okay, my apartment is very small. I go only from the bedroom to the kitchen, from the kitchen to the bathroom, back to the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom. I'm going crazy. How about you? I can simply say, for me, it's okay. I'm used to that. I'm used to that. Okay? That means I have no problems. For me, it's all right. I'm used to that. Understand? So in the middle of a conversation, if you stop there, the other person understands exactly that for you, staying home is not a problem. because you are used to that. Okay?
Okay.
Understand this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, there is another expression in English that is almost similar, but the idea is a little bit different. Is to get used to plus a verb in the ing. So what would be the difference? When you say, I am used to doing something, it means this is not a problem for you anymore. You are already accustomed to that. Understand this?
Yes.
Okay. When you say, I'm getting used to staying home, it means that the process of staying home has not finalized yet. Understand? I am in the progress of getting used to. I am trying to adapt myself. Understand?
It
Okay?
is not normally yet.
Yes. You see, to refer to a present habit that you are getting used to, but not entirely accustomed. You are in the process of getting fully accustomed to. Understand? Oscar, do you
Yes.
remember the day we were talking about driving automatic transmission cars?
Yes.
Okay. So I told you, and I think you remember, that I have driven automatic transmission cars for more than 30 years, right?
Yeah.
So I'm used to driving automatic transmission cars. All right?
Yeah.
What happened? In Europe, I could not get an automatic transmission car, Oscar. Can you
Yeah.
believe that it's more common to get manual transmission cars?
Oh,
And then, yes, the automatic transmission are still very optional. 90% of the cars come out of the factory with manual transmission.
90.
So 90. On the contrary of the United States, Canada, and even Brazil.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Very few cars are automatic transmission. All the BMWs, all the Mercedes, they are manual transmission because they like changing gears, speeding, understand?
Yeah.
So what happened? In Europe, I got a manual transmission car, but I am not used to driving it yet.
Yes.
I am getting used to driving.
Yes.
Understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes what happens? I stop and I forget to brake in the clutch. I forget to step in the clutch. And then the car boom, 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 dies. Understand? Because I'm not used to driving manual transmission cars anymore. But I'm getting used to. You see?
Yeah.
Okay? So
Okay.
this expression can also be abbreviated. Understand? Like, hey, how is the new life after the quarantine? You can say, I'm getting used to. I'm getting used to. That means
Stopping in two.
yes, you stop at the two. I'm getting used to. That means that you are still adapting. You're not 100% adapted. Understand?
Okay.
But it's not a problem for you anymore because at the beginning, new things are usually a problem. Understand? So when you say, I'm getting used to, it's okay. All right? Understand this, everyone?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 So just to wrap up and finalize this part, 3 major expressions for you. Used to plus a verb in the base form. I used to live. I don't live anymore. Be used to plus a verb in the ing when you are already accustomed to doing something. If you say, teacher, can I say I'm accustomed to living here? Yes. But believe me, nobody uses that. They prefer to say, I'm used to living here. Okay? And when you are adapting to a new thing, adapting to a new lifestyle, adapting to new life conditions. Okay? You can say, I'm getting used to. Okay? Understand this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Number 9. Okay, I remember that Dirce was very fast and she told me, no, teacher, it's not possible. Yes, yes, it is not possible to have 2 wheels in constructions like this. So, Fernando, can you read the number 9 for us, please?
I'll call you when I need your help.
Okay, can you read the explanation, please?
The problem here is that we don't use 2 wheels in sentence connected by when, if, as soon as, before, after, and a few other connectors. Only the main clause should use will. The other sentence should use the verb in the simple present.
That's it. This is all the information you need to remember. You can never have will after when or after if, as soon as, before, at the moment that, understand? These connectors require will in the main clause and the simple present in the other clause. So the correct would be, I'll call you when I need your help. When I need your help. I'm sorry, I forgot to put your, okay? Or when I need your help, comma, I will call you. Observe that the insertion of comma only happens when you change the order. In the first case, I will call you when I need you. When I need your help, there is no comma. But if I place the second sentence in front, when I need your help, comma, I will call you. All right? The same thing with if you need me, I'll be here. If I like that house, I'll buy it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any question
Teacher.
about this? Yes.
How did you say the coma?
Comma.
Coma.
Yes, like C-O-M-M-A. Comma.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
It's not in coma. Okay?
Yes. I was getting confused about it.
Yeah, the sound is very similar, so no worries, okay? It's practically the same. This one you say coma. The other one usually we say is in coma, okay? But it's pretty similar, so no problem. So the same thing happens, okay, Camila, can you read the number 10 for us?
Yes. If you go out tonight, I will go with you.
Can you read the...
Same problem here. As mentioned, we don't use 2 wheels in sentence connected by when, if, as soon as, before, after, and a few other connectors. Only the main clause should use will. The other sentences should use the verb in the simple present.
So what is the correct form?
If
Here.
you go out tonight, I will go with you.
Okay, understand?
Yes.
It is not possible to
Yeah.
have a will. The same problem of number 9, okay?
Okay.
And there are other examples.
It's a conditional form.
Yes, it's a conditional
First
situation.
consonant.
Yes, if you decide to stay home, I will also stay home. As soon as you get there, will you call me? Before I leave the house, I will close the windows, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So number 11, I'm sorry. Dirce was also very fast to say, no, teacher, would. No, not possible. Yes, you were absolutely correct, Dirce. Vanessa, are you feeling good today? Can you read this part for us? Vanessa? Maybe she's in the car again. Nicholas, can you read this part for us, number 11?
Sure. If you would have tried the past had made, You would have liked it. Again, very similar problem. You don't use would in both sentences. The if, when, as soon as, before, after, and a few other connectors are not followed by would. Only the main clause.
Thank you. That's it. So here, it's not possible to use would in this sentence, okay? And would again here. The construction is, if you had tried the pasta he made, okay, I need to use the past participle. You would have liked it. Or, for example, I would go out if I had money. Okay, you see, only one would in the construction. So after if, I never use would. After when, I never use would. Okay, in constructions like this. All right, so I would have bought that house if I had enough money. Of course, nobody talks like this. I would have bought. They say, I'd have bought. You see, there is a double contraction here, like I'd have bought that house. I'd have bought the house if I'd had enough money. Okay, this is the normal way of listening. I'd have bought the house if I'd had enough money. Or she would have come to your party if you had invited her, if you'd invited her, okay? You don't even say invited her, okay? Understand this?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. And last but not least, okay? Let's see if we can finish this fast. Carol, can you read the last one for us?
Yes. Did you see Paul at work today? This is probably the most classical mistake. Brazilians often use the simple past with time expression like today, this week, this month, this season, this year. These expressions are all present time expression, and the simple past should only be used to refer to actions that happened in the past. So the correct would be, have you seen Paul at work today? I haven't seen my dentist so far this year. She has been to her dentist this week, and I haven't felt cold so far this season.
I haven't felt.
Sorry.
Okay, so this is really probably one of the most classical mistakes that Brazilians commit in English. They think, did you see Paul at work today? Oh, teacher, I have the time today, but today is present, it's not past. I can ask you, did you see Paul at work yesterday? I can even, for example, now it's almost 7:00 p.m. Then I could ask you, did you see Paul at work this morning? Understand? Did you see Paul at work this afternoon? But I could never ask you, did you see Paul at work today? Today is present. So have you seen Paul at work today? No, not really. All right? Or did you go to São Paulo this week? It's wrong, because this week, today is only Tuesday. We are not even in the middle of the week. Then we have to say, have you been to São Paulo this week? No, not really. Okay? Have you seen your dentist this year? No. I was going to see my dentist in March, but due to the quarantine, I had to cancel. Okay? Understand this?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. I hope that now everything is clear and that you are not going to be making these mistakes again. So if you are in doubt, read all the sentences again. And if you have any question, I can totally explain to you again tomorrow before we start the new class. Okay?
Thank you,
Thank you
Roberto.
very much for
Thank you,
watching my
teacher.
class.
Thank
It
you,
was a
teacher.
pleasure to
Tomorrow,
have you
teacher.
here. Bye-bye then. See you
See you
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
same
See
time.
you,
Tomorrow.
everyone.
Thank
See
you.
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.